Good morning, America, and our international audience. It is Tuesday,
Internationally known.
internationally famous. It is
Oh,
Tuesday, April 22nd.
okay.
Easter just passed. How was your Easter?
It was really good. He
Tell,
is risen.
tell me all about what you did.
I went to church
Good for
and
you.
we had a really, really good service. And I went home, made a really good lunch for everybody, and that was it.
What was for lunch?
I made these little these little ravioli lasagnas with like cottage cheese in it, with the extra cheese and tomato sauce with hamburger. It was really good. The kids loved it, and my mom loved it. It was a little salty though.
So, but you made that for everybody.
I did. My
Now, when
family.
you say everybody, because I don't remember getting one of these things, and it sounds amazing, and am I not included in the everybody thing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't save you a plate. My bad.
That's a big bad too.
Oh, my bad.
Big bad.
Sorry.
Well-
Well, Keyshawn didn't get any either because he went on a date Sunday,
Okay.
and he took it to the movies.
What did they go see?
Sinners. This
Oh
movie-
yeah, is that any? I've heard some good things about it.
I don't know, but people
I
say
don't.
it's good.
I don't know anything about
Yeah,
it.
me
It's like a
either.
horror movie or something.
It's like a horror movie or something.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about the storyline.
Me too.
You know, but
Yeah.
the horror genre is not a huge. I like suspenseful, but I'm not into the gore stuff.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So-
yeah. How about your Easter?
My Easter was working at a little place. We can't say my name of business, so we'll call it the Biscuit Basket.
Okay.
I worked at the Biscuit Basket this weekend.
Okay. How was that?
Holidays are the single worst time to work
Okay.
because a lot of the staff don't show up,
Ooh.
and everybody knows if you work at a place like the Biscuit Basket that you have to work holidays. And they
Right.
agree to do it, but then on the day of, they don't show up. So then everybody's spread thin.
That's shady.
Ticket times are long. People are angry,
Yeah.
and I literally make the worst money on holiday weekends.
Oh my god.
It's terrible, yeah.
I would think holiday weekends it'd be booming, it'd be popping, but for the
But
reasons you
it's
said-
busy. But people
Yeah,
don't
maybe.
understand that there's only
Mhm.
3 people cooking in the kitchen as opposed to
Yeah.
7.
So they got an attitude. They're not leaving the good
They're
tip.
grumpy, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so that's always discouraging. But something happened at work this weekend.
What happened?
Okay,
What
this is something I have never seen,
Okay.
and I'm not going to mention names simply because I do not know the woman's name,
Okay.
but I'm going to tell her business. She's got a weird name that I
That's
can't
what you do,
pronounce.
so put it out there.
I'm,
Tell us.
I'm going to put it out.
Tell us.
So we're in the middle of our Saturday morning rush.
Okay. Does she work there?
She works there. She's a new hire.
Okay.
We're in the middle of our Saturday morning rush,
Okay.
and all of her tables need something, and nobody can find her.
Oh.
So one of the managers
no.
goes out to the restroom looking for
Where
her.
was that?
Nobody can find this girl.
Oh my goodness.
You know where she was?
Where?
She was on the front porch, in a rocking chair, on the telephone,
Oh my.
just doing her thing,
Like she one of
ignoring,
us.
like she wasn't on the clock.
Oh my god.
And I have
Them
seen.
rocking chairs are comfortable. Once they get to rocking.
Oh, I'm tell you what, and she was just on there. And then not only did they bust her, she tried to say she was in the bathroom, and they were like, "No, you weren't."
Oh.
And then she was yelling at the managers in the dining room.
Ooh.
Or at least one of them specifically.
Okay.
And then it was all quite comical because I've never seen anything like this, and I have seen some things in my years on this
My
planet.
Goodness.
And so we all thought she was fired, and then Sunday morning she comes back to work and is working.
That's how it be happening. That's how it happens. That's how it happens.
How do you have a job
How does
when
it-
you're not doing the job?
That's how it happens.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, dang. Maybe she went to the bathroom and then went and sat outside. So that's why she was like, yes, I was. I was in the bathroom.
Probably because she was so constipated in the bathroom, she needed to go out and get some fresh air afterwards. On the phone. In
Yeah.
a rocking chair. Okay?
Those rocking chairs are comfortable. They are.
Listen, y'all. I want you to know, today was supposed to be the first day that we filmed on like a what is it called, like a tripod or something.
Yeah.
So we were going to do that. So I ordered one, and then of course I put it somewhere. I couldn't find it.
Lord.
So I finally tore the house up looking for it, and here it is. Okay, and guess what? It's not a tripod. It's a selfie stick.
kind of looks like it sits up like a something though. You
Yeah,
sure?
but it doesn't because like this is it, and oh maybe
yeah.
this comes out.
I think that comes out. It's got to.
Well,
We'll
I just
play
don't know
with
how
it
to.
later.
Yeah.
We'll play with it later.
Well, I'm glad you noticed that before I threw it away because I was going in the
Yeah.
garbage. Tell you a little story about my little sister Beth.
Uh-huh.
About 10 years ago, we're in an American Eagle, and I think the lighting on this video this week is just ferocious. I just want
It's
you to
the
know.
phone. I told you we got to step our light up because...
So, I want y'all to know at home or in your office
See, look,
or
it
wherever.
can just stand up. If we clear the way, no, you got to just be like this. Bam.
We gonna figure it out somehow.
Figure it
Anyway, my sister and I are shopping at a place called American Eagle.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking at some shirts, and this guy comes over and he says, "Oh, if you get one of these shirts, you get a free selfie stick." And I looked at him like he had 3 heads, and my sister just died laughing.
Okay.
And she looked at the man. She goes, "He ain't got no idea what a selfie stick is." And then
Oh,
and then
my
Beth goes,
goodness.
"It's okay, Mark. I'll keep it for you." That was the first. I said so later. I'm like, "What is a selfie stick? I've never even heard of this." But,
Right.
but it looks like I bought a selfie stick, which is
It
why.
does. I had to put that down because you know what my mama told me
What?
from last week. My mom was like, he talking and you messing with your listing and you're doing it, sit still. So I heard my mama's voice and that's why I was like,
Your mom, our executive producer.
Oh, my
Love you, Mom.
goodness.
Love you.
she was like, I heard my mama. I was like, well, let me just
Did you
put
say
that
anything
down.
about how she gets bobby pins all over my house?
Let me tell you, I was in the bathroom last night and I was like, oh.
You had-
In my mind, for 2 seconds, I said that's something, but then I was like, that's what Mark was talking about.
They're
Dang on
did you
bobby
have?
pins.
They're everywhere.
It was
and,
on the floor in the corner.
and it's hers. It's hers.
It's mine. So I'm a little messy.
So
Yeah. Yep. So I've got something interesting.
I'm ready to go with the interesting.
I have an update. So I know like a while ago I was talking about Gail King going into space. They actually went into space.
Right.
Yeah, so it was her, Katy Perry, and these other like entrepreneurial women. I think
Katy
one
Perry,
of them.
the singer.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
Kissed the Girl I Liked It. That was the song, people.
I do remember that song.
Yeah. So yeah, they went to space and
From a nice little Baptist girl.
oh yes.
She grew up in the church.
She was a Christian artist when she was little.
But they treated her bad, so she sold her soul to the devil. I don't know if she
No.
really did that. I'm just exaggerating.
Well, you did that one video of her on stage. She was doing something very weird, but we love
But
you,
there,
Katy, girl.
I
We
do
ain't
love you,
judging
Katie,
nobody.
but you need to get right with Jesus. That's all I'm
Yes,
saying.
you do.
But
Yeah, so they went to space, and it looked like they had a good old space time.
did Gail come back?
She came back. Oprah was so worried. She was on the ground crying as her friend lifted off. I know what she was thinking. They gonna crash, but they didn't. They had a good old space time. They took their seatbelts off in space, and they was, hopping around. It
Is
was
this like on?
fun.
Is this on YouTube or anything? 'Cause I
It's
haven't seen it. All
everywhere.
right, I'll have to check this out.
Yeah, Gail was so worried getting on that thing. On that.
She was worried?
She was so worried. Her face was like
Was this Elon Musk? His
Jeff
deal?
Bezos, actually.
Okay.
Mhm. It was
All right.
and it was just that little space mission where you go up and you come right on back down, and that's what they did.
Would you do that?
No,
I don't think I want to do it either.
no.
I don't
Earth is we supposed to be on the ground with our feet. The plane for me, although I do want to skydive one day.
Oh.
I want to skydive, but nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't going to
I
space.
do not have any desire to sky. I'm terrified of heights.
I am too, but it's the thrill.
To me, it's not thrilling to be terrified. If I want to be terrified, I'll get married again. Did I say that out loud?
You did.
Erase.
He didn't mean
I
that, ladies.
didn't mean it.
He didn't mean
But
that.
look what I got. My Letterman cards.
Okay, what you got on your Letterman card? I got a Letterman card.
I want to share a story of something that happened with me last week.
Okay.
And this actually is a very serious story.
Okay.
And it kind of affected me
Oh.
in the terms of me realizing how much of a schmuck I am. I shared this briefly on Facebook because the day that the whole thing happened, I was just kind of like in shock and awe and just disbelief.
What happened?
Well, while I have been living in this apartment complex for the past little over a year, there is a woman who walks her dog and she appears to have two dogs, and she always walks him in the middle of the parking lot, in the middle of the street.
Get him out this street.
And it has driven me crazy
like
for a
it.
year.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I'll pull up behind her, and I'm waiting for her to finish and get out of the way.
Doesn't move.
And I want to lay on the horn. I want to yell some things out the window. I am
Human reaction.
frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you go to the sidewalk or better yet, the grass? Now, in her defense, I want to say she always cleans up after the dog.
Okay.
But now she has a boyfriend.
Oh, she got a boo now.
She always did, apparently.
Okay.
And I kind of figured they were together, but I didn't
She
know.
young or old?
She's younger than me, probably
Okay.
older than you.
Okay.
But all that to say, he does the same kind of a thing.
They got a problem.
Okay?
Sounds like it.
Well, they do have a problem. And you ready for this? So last week, or a couple days ago, I'm walking Farrah, my new puppy, who's beautiful and loves me.
Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett. And we're walking, and Farrah sees her dog, and her dog sees my dog. And she senses that my dog and her will get along. So I said, "Is your dog friendly?" She says, "Yes." So we walk over towards each other. Guess where we're standing?
Where?
In the middle of the street,
Oh my goodness.
of the parking lot. And we're
Oh
talking.
Lord.
Now, her dog is fully grown, and my dog is a puppy. So my attention's kind of more on my dog than it is on the lady.
Okay.
Her name is Melissa. So Melissa is very nice, very well spoken, very kind. But I'm noticing that her mannerisms and the way she looks at me and stuff is just a little off.
Okay.
Okay?
That sounds strange.
Now I'm used to people looking at me a little off because not everybody has seen something this pretty.
Of course. Of
I had to
course.
throw that in there. Lord forgive me.
We couldn't help
But
ourselves.
this is you showing
He
off.
believe it,
This is
Jesus.
you showing off.
He
Jesus. I didn't do it.
believe it.
But anyway, so she's kind of looking, and then I realized she's blind. She is blind.
Oh my.
That's why she's not looking directly at me. She's talking directly at me, but she's kind of like looking to the side and over.
Oh my goodness.
So as we're talking, she says to me about her boyfriend. They've been living in this apartment for 10 years.
Uh-huh.
And she says, "By the way, if you ever see my boyfriend walking and you wave, he's not going to see you because he's blind. So don't take it personally." So all this time,
Oh my God.
the woman and her husband, or boyfriend rather, are blind. I'm judging them because I don't understand why they're walking in the middle of the street because there's nothing to get in their way. There's no foreign objects that they have to work
They
around.
don't got no stick. What do you stick
She
at?
doesn't. The dog helps them a little bit, but I guess they've and that's what threw me off because like everything I've seen in movies and stuff like that, you think you know, like Son of a Woman, like I'm expecting her to have a stick,
Yeah,
you know, but
yeah.
none of that was the case. You know, she was very normal acting. She's very functional, you know, and but she just can't see. She's not 100% blind. Her boyfriend is, but she's not. She's primarily blind. I don't
Okay.
really know how this whole spectrum works, but I have been judging a blind person for over a year. And she actually had more or less a valid reason for the way she was walking her dog. And you know what? I always did give her props for
gosh.
cleaning up after the dog. You know?
She cleans up after the dog.
Yeah, because
How can she see where the poop is?
I'm pretty sure your sense of smell is pretty strong.
Okay.
Okay. And not to
yeah.
mention, now that I have a dog, I happen to know that smell is strong.
Oh yeah,
It's strong and it's.
I have cats and it's heavy. I can
Yeah.
imagine that the dogs are heavy.
So,
yeah.
so her dog's name was Loki. Her name was Melissa. I didn't get the boyfriend's name, but this is what the moral of the story is. And I know I shared this before, and I'll probably share this story for the rest of my life because it was such a profound moment for me. You never know what's going on in the hearts and the homes of the people around you.
That is very true.
Okay? So we got to be careful. You know, you can judge an action sometimes, but you can never judge a person. And I had no idea that for over a year, I had no idea she was blind.
She's blind.
And even when I was speaking to her, it took me a while to connect the dots.
Yeah.
And then I felt pretty foolish. And she was a very sweet, very lovely, very kind, very articulate young lady. But she just can't see.
Oh, that is an incredible story.
But it's so true.
Wow,
And I came
that's
home
interesting.
and I just started saying, God, I am so sorry that I'm such a
Oh,
schmuck.
the Lord knew you didn't know she was blind.
He did, but I
He's
still
not
felt
holding it
kind of.
against you.
I know that, but I felt kind of cruddy because several times I have probably.
Oh, I wonder, is her boyfriend cute? And I don't say that as a joke. I say that really from the heart. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're both blind. So I hope that her boyfriend is cute. You don't want to be cute, but you can't see that your boyfriend's cute or not. You gotta have a cute boyfriend.
Well, you know how they say it's not the looks, it's personality. I'm pretty
That's
sure when you
true.
can't see, it's literally the personality.
Okay, well,
But
he
I don't
must
know,
be
you know,
nice.
because Ray Charles used to always say he could tell when a
Ooh, he
woman
could
was hot.
bag them too.
And yeah, well,
Those
anybody
sisters
who
was-
can play and sing like he could. But
Yeah.
he used to always say he could tell.
That's true.
You know, so I don't know how that's true or not, but that's what he
Right.
used to say.
Okay, I hear you.
Nonetheless,
Okay, well, that was an interesting story.
it was an interesting story. It was a very eye-opening story. So, guys, if there's people people around you don't understand them, be careful what we think, because
Yeah.
we're all
that's true.
God's children, and some of us have obstacles that you have no idea about.
I'm telling you, I've been going through a lot of those myself lately, so I get it. You know, you never know what someone's going through or what somebody got going on. You know, in her case, she couldn't see. Somebody else, you know, I'm looking at a lot of the road rages that's happening in the last 6 months here in North Carolina, and it's overwhelming. So, you know, you don't know if people are having a good day, a bad day, if it's this, if it's that. You just don't know. So it's always good to just be good to people.
It is
Regardless, you know, it's good to be good to people.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
There's a song there. It's good to be good to people. There's a song there somewhere.
There is.
Maybe your mom can help us write it.
Yeah. You wrote that really cool song at the courthouse. You got some songwriting chops.
When
you
I'm
know?
bored, I just try to make things that are silly.
Yeah. I've got another little something going on. Another update.
Let's
Your
hear
weekly
an
update. So I know a while back I was telling you about that Pakistani princess lady who went over to Pakistan, and I told the story that the internet had been telling, that her parents saw, the guy parents saw her and he wanted nothing to do with that, and and then she went on this media frenzy. Not what happened at all. He got to the house, the parents loved her.
Then what happened?
What happened was, so he said she was there for like 2 months. Everything was going great. The sister loved her. The mom loved her. They were always going out. It was time for her to go home. And they dropped her off at the airport. And she just did not get on the airplane. And she went into this whole media thing.
So it was all fake.
It was all a made up story by the internet. The spectacle of it all was correct. But the reason why she got there and the family didn't like her, that was incorrect.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
yeah. So they were actually in love. He loves her. He's like, that's my woman. I was so surprised because he's this little puny guy from Pakistan. She's like bigger than life. Black lady. Not that color matters. But he loves her. And he's like upset that the media portrayed him and his family in that way. Because he's like, we're just like any relationship. We go through things.
That's
So-
pretty. Yeah, you just never know, man. When you hear
don't.
stories, I really like. I've always kind of known this, but like during the time of COVID, and I pretty much stopped watching the news because I never know what's true or not.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I never know.
Well, I don't know. I believe most things, but I know there's a lot of fodder in it. You got to get through all the craziness of it all. You know?
See, I think I'm more jaded. As the older I get, the more I think I don't trust anything.
Okay. Well, I still have a trusting heart. So, okay, but look, there's this one little tail piece of the story, and then I'm done.
Okay.
So, she's done with her media frenzy. They put her on a plane, and she ends up in Dubai. And you know, over in Dubai, there's a different set of rules. You can't be over there threatening people. You can't be over there saying anything, because she was telling the Pakistani government to shut up. You can't do that over in Dubai. So,
Especially if you're a woman,
especially if you're a woman. So
because women,
women, you can't talk like that.
you know,
they don't got rights.
yeah, exactly.
They don't
Not
got
over
rights.
there.
Let's be honest. But I think a lot of the women, in some regard, respect their culture there, though.
They do, but I don't understand it entirely. But that's I don't have to.
It's a different society. It's a different norm than
Mhm.
ours. Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, I think if that's all you ever knew,
Yeah.
it probably not a big deal to you.
But then their country is like safe and it's clean and they're advanced and they have rules and people follow them, unlike us unhinged Americans.
I mean, but you're right.
It's
It's
all
just
right.
like, I think about that girl at the breakfast biscuit. Is that what I called it? The breakfast
I
biscuit?
think so.
I can't remember what I named my restaurant, but or the biscuit,
I think you said breakfast.
the breakfast biscuit,
Yeah.
whatever we want to call it. Bottom line
You
is,
done said
you
went
had
to
this
work
girl.
before, though.
You had.
Tell 'em.
I ain't gonna say it anymore because we're
Okay.
becoming more and more popular.
Oh, okay.
I
that's
don't.
true.
I don't want to give away free advertising. If y'all want me to say the name of your company, that's fine.
And give us some gift cards to eat there. We'll top it up.
Girl, I want a check and a trip to Fiji. But anyway,
Oh, more than that
we're gonna
too.
go for it. We're gonna go for it.
Okay, I'm with
Okay.
you on that.
I ain't just trying to get a trip to Gardner. I want to go somewhere.
That's right,
Okay.
baby.
Just because Scotty McCready's from Gardner, don't mean I need to go there.
Scotty McCready is so dreadful.
I
Oh
don't
my
know
gosh.
much about him. But anyway, all that to say,
That wasn't nice. He's a great guy.
that girl got away with murder, more or less, during,
Uh-huh.
and she's still at a job.
So yeah, this girl, she's doing it big. She's doing it big. They're trying to find out ways to market her and do things with her. So, sometimes you just gotta go for it. She went to Pakistan and she went to Dubai and got quiet because they put her in jail.
Okay,
Dubai
I have a
government put
question
her
for
in
you
jail.
right now.
They sent her back in New York.
I have a question for you.
Okay, I digress.
Why is your phone on red? We're losing power. Are we going to lose this show in the next few minutes?
The phone is on red because it just dipped below 15%.
So we got to start wrapping things up, is what you're saying, before
We
we,
gotta
get
wrap
cut
this.
off?
We gotta wrap this joint up.
Okay, I want to share something that I heard about today. I want to share two things. One about what Pastor Rob said to me, but that's going to have to wait till next week because my Pastor Rob is a very smart guy. Do not let me forget to talk about what he said about hypocrites because he explained it to me. I'll just tell you real quick. We were talking
I
about
want to
it.
hear it. What did he
And he
say?
said, a hypocrite
Mm-hmm.
is not somebody who's striving to do something but keeps doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
A hypocrite is somebody who portrays themselves to be something
Okay.
but will never do it. It's not about falling off the wagon, so to speak,
Okay.
or making a misstep. It's
Uh-huh.
about, hey, I'm pretending to be faithful to my wife on camera, but in real life, no intention whatsoever to
That's
do
what
that.
a hypocrite means.
That's what a hypocrite. So it doesn't mean
Okay.
that you're trying and you failed. It means that you're not even trying and you're being completely fake.
Okay.
Okay, that's a hypocrite. And the way he explained it to me, I know that probably seems overly simplified,
Uh-huh.
but it really spoke to me
Okay.
because I'm always afraid of being a fake person.
I told you we not fake around here.
We
though,
are not,
right?
but it's something that,
trying to
because
tell
of
you,
like
right?
that woman in Pakistan, fake,
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, fake,
Yeah.
Women that maybe I've been married to, I ain't gonna say nothing. But anyway, I just don't want to be a hypocrite.
I feel like I'm a hypocrite.
Well, we all are
Oh
because
my
we fall
God.
short
Then you
of
put it in that term.
because we all fall
my
short
God.
of the glory of God.
Ugh.
We all fall short of our own expectations.
Oh my
But that's not what makes us a hypocrite. A hypocrite is when we decide to portray ourselves publicly one way,
Uh-huh.
but privately we're doing the exact opposite.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I don't think I'm a hypocrite.
No, I don't
okay.
think you are a hypocrite
Yeah,
either.
no.
One last thing I learned, can I just share it? This is from our health desk department.
Oh, we have that.
We do this week.
Okay.
Okay?
That sounded so
from
amazing. I'm
our
like, where's this
health
department?
desk department,
Oh my
otherwise
gosh.
known as Instagram videos.
Oh boy.
So I'm listening to this little clip. It's about how the best exercise to avoid Alzheimer's and to reverse dementia. And do you know what they said?
What they had said.
It's called dual
Mm-hmm.
task exercise. I had to write it down. So in other words, what it means is you're doing two things at the same time.
You walking and chewing gum.
No, close. She
Okay.
said walking and talking on the phone at the same time is one of the best things you can do to help prevent Alzheimer's.
Oh.
Because you're basically multitasking.
Uh-huh.
It's stimulating the brain,
Uh-huh.
and you're doing two different activities. One is
Okay.
physical, and the other is cognitive.
Okay.
And I found that to be fascinating. So go for a walk. If you don't want to pray to Jesus, get on the phone, call somebody, maybe send out texts. I don't know.
Yeah.
But walking and talking is a great way to prevent Alzheimer's.
Oh, I heard on the news today, diabetes is another thing that they're noticing with Alzheimer patients.
Yes, I've been hearing that for years.
Yeah, diabetes is important. You got to watch what you eat, man.
Yes, you do. And I don't know about you, but I look at all my food.
That's why those fries I had for Wingstop today was not a good idea.
Yeah, but you looked at them and you said that's a good idea. And that's the problem with having a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I'm walking probably a mile to 2 miles
Well,
a
that's
day.
good. What's
No,
wrong with that?
This is the problem. It is having an adverse effect on me.
Okay.
So, like, I look at the ice cream in the freezer. It's a pint. And I say, you shouldn't eat that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I say, but Mark, you're getting ready to go on a mile walk with your dog. You're going to burn it off. Don't just open it, finish it.
Oh.
Eat that cookie, Mark, because you're going for a walk. So, I am expanding.
That's not smart, though.
No, it's not smart. But it's playing
There's-
silly mind games with
There's
myself.
foods you're
Like,
supposed to eat before you go walking, and ice cream isn't one of them.
I
You
know.
can have a banana. You can have a smoothie.
Or you could have some ice cream that is purely delicious. It comes
Yeah.
from heaven.
Yeah,
We love you guys. We're about to lose power.
we are.
But, you know, our catchphrase here is
I hope your week is as good as your favorite song.
BAM! Ooh, girl.
Boom.
That's